I'm gonna give it a second. Man, I'm just chilling today. I want to make sure I keep my daily habits that I have to be doing because I have to. Because it's part of my discipline. It's part of marketing. It's part of advertisement. It's part of awareness. It helps my algorithm. I have to manage and maintain certain things that we've already put in motion. So that's why I got to get up on here and I got to do what I got to do. But I appreciate y'all popping in. I see a few of y'all there. I want to talk today, and I am going to talk about a few things, pretty interesting things. I think I'm going to kind of try to switch it up. But nonetheless, let me So, what's the best way to start your morning? For me personally, I'm gonna get it. Sure. So, best way to start the morning, be honest with you, is by getting up when you get up. Like, get your body up when you get up. Like, don't go back to bed type of thing. Like, don't turn back around and be like, nah, I'm not ready to live yet. Nah, I'm not ready to take advantage of the day yet. Nah, I'm not ready for blah, 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 blah. That's the wrong. You want it when you get up. I think you should be excited to get as much time as you can to work on yourself, to help and serve those around you, and to stay on God's path. Like you got 24 hours in a day. I think you should take advantage of as many of those hours as you can daily, personally. Okay. So keep that in mind. It's a great way to start your morning. First of all, by just getting up. The second thing you want to do is, I think you got to communicate with God right away. Like right away. Basically, you wake up, you get up, and you start talking to God. And you start having this conversation with him. You can call it prayer, you can call it meditation, you can call it what you want to. I don't care. I don't know how you grew up and the words you use and the terminologies you use when you grow. Listen. You can call it talk to yourself for all I care. But I know who you talk to. But you have to have this inner conversation first thing in the morning. I like to speak to the higher power and get my day put a plan to my day, put some type of direction or definition to my name. Sometimes I do it the night before. I go through my calendar. I see how many meetings I have, how many consultations I have, where do I have to be, what time do I have to be there. So I want to make sure that I communicate that with God so that everything goes smooth, and so that I got a good opportunity to end up with a better outcome, basically, for the day. Like whatever I anticipate to accomplish, I'm hoping I can accomplish it and more, because I have to account again for God wanting to use me through the day too. I can't be so busy that I can't take time to take care of God business. I have to always make room for God in my day, knowing that He's gonna step in at some point and ask me or utilize me, or chastise me, because I know He's gonna get back to me today. God always gonna get back to me, So you gotta keep that in mind. So I'm saying we waking up, Oh my God, I feel like my camera is so crooked right now when I see this, whatchamacallit back there. Oh my God, whatever. So, that OCD in me right now is about to kick over. And you know this, man. I got to number this out. That's all. Just got to give it a little bit of direction there. Man, I think that was pretty tough. That was pretty crooked, man. I came on. Ain't nobody want to even tell me that it was that crooked. Y'all literally gonna sit there and watch me have a real crooked background like that, and not say nothing. Come on, y'all, help me out here. With that said, best day to start your morning. Get up when it's time to get up. Talk to God right away. Take care of yourself real quick. Detox yourself. So take the eye boogers out your eye. Blow your nose. Cough up whatever you got to cough up. Urinate. Use the washroom. Do whatever you got to do. Get everything out of yourself. When you were sleeping overnight, the body was working hard to detox itself, to put all the inflammatory substance that's ready to be to exit the body where it needs to be, so it can move on. So that's why the eye boogers are already coming out, because the cells inside the eye have already put it in the duct, so you can just remove it. Boom. That's why the mucus is in the nasal cavity. It's ready for you to blow your nose, because whatever was stored in the nasal cavity or whatever accumulated in the nasal cavity or in the sinuses, it's moving itself to the sinuses, so it can go ahead and expel itself. Whatever is in your esophagus, in your throat, in your lungs, bronchial tubes, it's making its way up to your throat so you can spit it out. Your urine is very yellow in the morning because your body is in a position it wants to get rid of it. You're ready to move your stool first thing in the morning because it's there, it's ready to go. But your body was laying in a horizontal position all night long, so it made it easy for the cells to collect the toxicity that needs to be removed from the body and then put it where it needs to be so that you can do your job. You got to keep in mind that your faculties, like your hands, your members, your hands, your feet, those are run by your brain, not by your stomach, not by your gut. You got to keep that in mind. There are two systems going on. You have a digestive system and then you have a brain. These two don't communicate always like that. You know what I'm saying? They work with each other, but you have to tap in as the driver to the brain and say, hey, I gotta finish the process of what the body is trying to do, because you're where the consciousness, where the outside consciousness is at, basically. Anyways, get up in the morning, get up, pray, meditate, talk to God, you move your bowels, get everything out of your body that needs to be out, blow your nose, clean your ears, pee, poop, do all that stuff. Personally, I would, if you handle your hygiene, but once this is over, I'm saying, I would stretch for sure. A nice stretch all your bones, stretch your hands, reach for the sky, do your squats. There's a few of them that I use personally. I crack my neck and stuff in the morning. Everybody doesn't do that. I also, I go shoulder to shoulder. So when I'm here and I go like this and it's cracking my shoulders, I'm cracking my muscles, I'm twisting my back, I'm reaching for the sky, I'm turning this way and that way, I'm bending my knees, I'm picking up my toes. I am bending forward, I'm bending backwards, I'm really moving my body around, I'm picking my legs up, I'm balancing myself on one leg, I'm doing these things first thing in the morning to get my body ready for function, for daily activity. I want to kind of feel loose, like if I'm going into a fight, you know what I mean? Like when you go into a fight, you got to loosen up, you're in the locker room, you're doing that, you want to get your blood pumping a little, you want oxygen flow, you want to do your best when it's time to do your best. So that's why, I think you should do that in the morning to get your body ready for daily function and for activities as well. Then, I don't know what time that is for you, what time you get up, but you want to give yourself a couple hours of hydration before you put any food in your mouth, for sure. Okay, so you want to So you want to drink some water. You want to induce a second bowel movement. So you want to get a second urination in. You want to get a second stool move if you could in. So hydrate some water. So this would be my regimen. On a lot of days, I would get up in the morning, basically do everything I just said, drink that water, and then I'm shifting into, probably a spoon of oil, maybe a spoon of coconut oil, some type of lubrication to lubricate my digestive tract, so that when I do eat food today, everything is kind of just flowing through. Okay, and then I drink liquids with electrolytes, high in antioxidant. So, tea is good. Coconut water. I like coconut water. Any type of watermelon water. I like a couple fresh squeezed key limes in the morning with a little bit of agave and spring water with some ice. I like that. Personally, I like the strawberry refreshers from that other place, but that's crazy. But that's how I like to start my day. And then I shift. Now, when it's time to eat, so I do liquids all morning. I don't do any solids. So personally, till about 2 o'clock, but I wouldn't suggest that for everyone. I would personally say liquid till 12. Then you're gonna do fruits till 2. You do greens until 4, and then vegetables until 6. That's personally what I would recommend. That's personally what I would recommend for a daily regimen, and just starting your day, like how to get that day started mentally and also physically. Okay, so you get up in the morning and you get up, you talk to God, you take care of yourself, your hygiene, you remove what's inside your body that needs to come out of your body that's been in there all night. Get rid of that stuff. Flush your body through with liquids all morning to clean the rest of the body out inside. Book. Eat that throughout the day like you eat food. I try to get scriptures in when I can on my phone. Just pop in and read a few. If I go through something, try to look them up. Scriptures about this, scriptures about that. I'm trying to make a habit of it. So I would say, I don't know why this thing is taking off my clip. Let me know if you can go on. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I would suggest. That's just personal opinion, by the way. But I got a question. I do got a question. I was watching an interview the other day about mathematics. And I'm starting to wonder if the type of math that we follow is wrong. Because math is supposed to be a numerical system that helps us understand and calculate universal truth and phenomena, so to speak. Math is supposed to explain nature. Math is supposed to help you calculate natural things, nature, universal things. Okay? So there's a couple examples that I want to use right now to try to help understand if math is wrong today. One of them is going to be 1 plus 1. Okay? Hold on. 1 plus 1 equal. Okay, so 1 plus 1, in my opinion, when you add 1 to 1, you get 2, right? Yeah. When you add 1 plus 1, you get 2. Okay. Now, next. The next. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Hey man, tell me if I'm tweaking. Y'all tell me if I'm tweaking, please. Marissa, tell me if I'm tweaking. Coco, tell me if I'm tweaking. Isaiah, how you doing? Hope you come in peace. 1 times 0 equals 0? So anything times 0 equals 0? How does that work? How? See, this is the first one here. Listen, this is the first one. How can 1, you have 1. You already have 1. You already You're you. Let me use one of y'all examples. Marissa, you standing there by yourself. And you're going to add nothing. You're not going to add nothing to you. You're just going to stay there by yourself. And then you're going to add nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. How the hell, how the darn, whatever, how do you disappear? Show me that in nature. Show me. Show me how that makes any sense. I'm gonna wait. So you have 1 already. You don't add anything to the 1. And because you don't add anything to the 1 disappears? Does that make any sense? No. It does not represent nature at all. So if you're using a calculation and multiplying by 0 in any way throughout that calculation, you're going to be wrong. It's never going to come to a real true outcome. You might have a memorized answer. You might know what a calculated answer based on the mathematical system that they're using, but the mathematical system that they're using is flawed. So ultimately, they will never be able to figure some things out in the universe, in nature, because they're not using a system that supports and explains nature. They're using a system that is flawed. Let me give you another example. Check this out. Check this out. That was the first example. Okay. Check this one. All right. You ready? Oh, man. Tell me about this. Let me know how much sense this makes. You got 1. You're not adding. By the way, let's pay real close attention to what I'm saying now for y'all who are watching. Learn something. I'm gonna mess your brain up right now, right quick. When you add, this is not add, this is multiplication. Okay? This is multiplication. This is why half of us broke. Because their mathematical system, their money system follows their mathematical system. They know what they're doing. Watch this, watch this. So we know if you add in addition. 1 plus 1 equal 2. That's correct. If you have 1 and you add 1, you have 2. That's correct. 1 plus 1 is 2. We can see that anywhere in nature. When you have one person and they get married to another person, you have 2 individual people. Although they may be working as one and doing things as one, those 2 individual people. You have 2 people. There's 2 names. There's 2 social security numbers. You see what I'm saying? There's 2 people. When you multiply 1 times 0 and get 0 and take away what you already had, that makes no sense. You got 1, you don't add nothing to it, and then you get what you had taken away. Nature don't show that. If you got a single tree in the forest and you don't add no more trees, how many trees you got in the forest? A single tree. What the hell wrong with these people? They're tricking us. They're stupid. Check this out. So now let's multiply. This is not math. This is not addition, I'm saying. We're going to multiply now. You got 1 person. You got 1 person. And then you get another person. Okay? And y'all multiply. Come together and make a little person. You got 1 person. You add 1 person, and then you multiply and make a little person. 1 times 1 is what? 3. 1 times 1 is 3. Because you're multiplying. Listen to what I'm saying. You got 1 person. You got a man right here. And you got a woman right here. And they multiply and replenish the earth. See, the Bible tells you what multiply means. Y'all listening to the wrong people, bro. So you got 1 person. And you add 1 person. And they multiply and replenish the earth. How many people you get? What do you get when you multiply 1 times 1? According to the Bible. You get 3. What happens when you add 1 plus 1, according to the Bible? You get 2. What happens when you have 1 and you don't add anything to it? You still have 1. Maybe I'm tweaking, bro. But I think it's something weird with this. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. So for me, that's retarded. Like, it's not. Sorry for using that word. My bad. No disrespect to nobody. That's crazy though. You know, I'm sorry for using that word right behind it. I didn't. It's not trying to say they're synonymous. That's just different. Is what I mean. 1 plus 1 equal 1. I get it. 1 plus 1 equal 1. 1 times nothing leaves you with 1. I don't know what these people are talking about. If I got 10 and I don't add no more, I still got 10, bro. If I got 10 and I multiply it by nothing, I still got my 10, bro. Nature does it. Nothing disappears in nature like that. Yeah. And again, last one, if I multiply 1 times 1, if I got 1 human being, and I grab another human being, and we multiply and replenish the earth, we're going to end up with 3. Because we're not adding 1 plus 1, we're multiplying 1 times 1, so one of the ones becomes the 2. Who can become the 2? The man becomes the 2, because the man is the one who got the little thing and sliding it, and he shoots the other 2. You see, he already coming in 2. When it's time to multiply it, I'm just saying, multiply 1 times 1 equals 3 to me. I don't agree, Jonathan. Multiplication is supposed to be a shortcut for mathematics. But multiplication doesn't follow the rules of addition. And because there's an odd and an even number, you have to be careful how you multiply. Because it's not addition. Because according to multiplication, 1 times 1 equals 1. Does that make sense to you, Jonathan? How? If I have 1 and I multiply by 1, how do I only have 1? At the least I have 2. And that's adding. At least I have 2. So how do I still have 1? Can I be right? There's this flaw. So then what the thing I'm saying is that if I have to go and find the truth about 1 times 1, then I'm going to go to the Bible, because the Bible is going to explain all the truth. And the Bible, very early in the Genesis, shows multiplication with Adam and Eve. He said 1 times 1 equals 3, accounting for the odd number, by the way. So if I have 1 man, not connecting with 1 woman, and they multiply, that they're going to end up with 3, a child. You see? Just like if I have 1 times 0, and I don't add anything else to it, I'm going to end up with 1 still. My 1 doesn't get taken away because I didn't add nothing to it. It'll get taken away, like if you like the Bible speaks on some of that. You say, if I give you a couple gifts and you don't use them, I'll take them away. But that's a different reference. So just keep that in mind. You know, like it's just weird to me how math is. So with that, now a quick bang bang. Again, I just wanted to chop it up with y'all. Today, what's the best investment to make right now? What did y'all see what's going on with the crypto in Japan? Stock market crashed. Crypto going crazy. I think the best investment right now is character development. I think the world is headed to a place where you're going to need a whole lot of character to be okay. I think the world is headed in a direction where you're going to need a whole lot of endurance. I think the best investment right now is character development. Now, if you want to talk financially, I think the best investment is your gift, whatever that gift is. I think you should spend some money on it and a lot of time on it, developing it, evolving it, and then make a decision to put it out there. I don't care what the gift is. If the gift is with your hand, find what you like to do with your hand and just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. If you got $5,000 and you're going to invest into the stock market or something like that, take $5,000 and invest in yourself. Buy product, try to sell them. Like, do something. Like, the best investment right now to make is in your physical self, in your literal gift, talent, education, whatever it is. If you went to school for something, accounting or tax, and you love doing it, that's the best investment. You open yourself up a tax accounting business or whatever it is. If you went to culinary school, if you love cooking, this and that, open yourself up a restaurant, even if it's a small one. Open yourself a food cart. Get a peddler's license. Make some food somewhere. Put yourself out there. I think that's the best investment to make right now. Like literally in yourself. Because at the very least, if things don't go your way, there's a level of experience that you actually take away from it. It's less risk. You can trust that you're going to do what you need to do. You got to start trusting yourself at some point too. But you also got to start doing better so that you can have confidence in yourself. You know, kind of works hand in hand. The more you do right, the more confident you get, you know? So I would say that's the best investment to make right now. In your stuff, like some type of storefront, some type of online business, that you have a service, that you do hair, you do makeup, make yourself available, go rent a chair somewhere and LLC yourself, and just really invest in yourself right now. I think that's the best way to go about it. It's going to be crazy, but it doesn't matter. You got to go through that process. You got to go through that process. So, I'm saying that's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm saying. It's worked for me. It's worked for me, and it's worked for people around me. I see people all the time investing in themselves, and they're doing great. They do good, So I don't understand why you wouldn't want to invest in yourself. Don't be scared. Ain't you scared to go work for somebody else? Ain't you scared to get you taken advantage of? Ain't you scared that they're going to utilize all your gifts and your talents and then pay you pennies on the dollar of what you're worth? Ain't you scared that they're going to take your ideas and make some of it and claim them and own them? Ain't you scared that you're going to build a relationship with customers and they're going to claim them? I get it. If you're part of the team, you're part of the team. I'm down with teamwork. If you believe the vision and the core value of the people you're working for and whatnot, that's all good. That's a passionate job. I say, if you want a job like that, if you really don't want the responsibility and the stress of having to do things on your own, then get a job that you really enjoy, that you really enjoy, with people that you can really respect and respect you. If not for that, I think invest in yourself. Good. But anyways, before I go for a couple of my sports heads, with a couple of people I pop it up with regularly on this weekend UFC and boxing news and review real quick. You already know I'm kind of that's all. I don't watch football, basketball, baseball, and whatnot. I love the sport. I will play them. I'm good at them. I used to watch them. I used to be in tune, but I don't have so much time to enjoy everything I like to do. So I've narrowed it down to the ones I like the most. And combat sports is really my favorite. So when it comes to the UFC, who fought last weekend? Let me see. What's the last UFC card, real quick? Oh yeah, Corey Sandhagen. It wasn't a pay-per-view card. It wasn't a pay-per-view card. It was I think it was a Saturday night fight. But Corey Sandhagen, he did pretty good. In my opinion, he did pretty good. He just, again, he couldn't find a way to stay off the ground a little bit. Let's see. Davison moved up to, I think it was 145. He did pretty good. He beat Marlon Vera on that fight there. Chelsea took advantage of an old Tony Ferguson. That was lame. I would like to see Michael Chelsea fight somebody who can knock his block off instead. Because Tony Ferguson, that man is a bit delicate at this time in his life. What is they doing? You know what I'm saying? Why are you messing with Tony Ferguson? Anyway, he had to retire. He retired after the fight. Who else was on the fight? There was no one else, I think, worth mentioning because it wasn't a really big thing. They were coming up against Terrence Crawford and in his fight. Now, that was a good fight. Those were good fights. So let me see what was the last all the results on the dancing card. Let's see. What was the card? Got about 20 people I gotta call back as soon as I get off this stream. No worries. I just want to find these results right quick. So Terrence Crawford fought Madrimov. Madrimov is a beast too, by the way. So for people who don't know and really don't understand boxing, you know, these boxers have amateur records. And in some countries, they get paid for amateur fights. They get compensated for the amateur records. So, so they live the life that they want without having to jeopardize their professional record. It comes down to that. You understand what I'm saying? So Madrigal has over 350 amateur fights, just like Lomachenko All them like guys from Europe, they have long amateur careers for the most part, you know. So Crawford was going against a guy who probably has over 400 fights in his life already as well, you know. So keep that in mind. 400 fights in his life. Crawford is 40-0. But and he has an amateur record, but is it 400 fights? So the other guy probably has way more fights than Crawford already. And he was the champion. And he's always been in the weight class. So he has a thicker body overall when they're when they're going at each other. You know, he has more of a strength advantage because his body, his frame is already kind of built out for 154. The inner torso, the abdominal, his back is wider, and it's bigger this way, you know, versus Crawford. He's taller, so he's already leaner, and he's coming from 147 to 154, so he has to make up weight. So although he made the weight, he's a lean 154 versus the other guy's going to be more strong and a thick 154 basically. But Crawford handled him, no issues. He jabbed him up. He popped him, pop shotted him the whole time. When dude got over aggressive, Crawford just simply did defense. And as soon as dude was done, he counted him with 4 or 5, punch combinations and popped him off. The only little mark he got in his eye was from a headbutt in the 3rd round. You know, so that was a good fight. Cruz got outdone by Venezuela. I agree with that result. Although he was the aggressor, he was just mindless. He was just type of thing, and Venezuela really thought past him. Junior, Andy Ruiz and the Big Baby Miller. I think Andy Ruiz did great. I think that was a great fight. It was a draw, but I do think Andy Ruiz broke his hand in the 5th round, and it was really messed up. It was really disfigured. So it did affect the fight. Obviously, I think Andy should have pulled that off. I was thinking Andy was going to pull that off between the 8th to 12th round, but because he broke his hand, he couldn't function. He couldn't hit properly, and things happened. So outside of that, David Morrell again. Let me see. Anderson. Oh, hold on. Anderson. Do y'all see Jared Anderson, heavyweight prospect? He got knocked out. Boom! That boy got knocked out. The boy Bakole from, I forgot where he's from. He's like a European African type of dude, real big. He really does remind you of George Foreman in the way he sits down on his punches and he throws with muster. Boy, he caught that boy with a few uppercuts. It was over with. Jared Anderson was probably the hottest and most recognizable heavyweight prospect, and this would have made him a contender, and he got knocked out. But shout out to Jared for taking that fight. I wouldn't take it again anytime soon. I wouldn't let your pride get in the way. You're going to have to develop an ability to take more punches, or you're going to have to learn how to hold your hands up, bro. And you're going to have to let them hit them gloves, because that hurt. That hurt. That boy got knocked out. So Anderson and Bakole, whatever it is. Let me share my screen anyways with you real quick. You know. We got knocked out. So from the top, though, you know, Crawford did his thing. And Morrell, who just beat this guy. Morrell looked good, though. A bit boring sometimes for me. He's a slick Cuban fighter, but he's not overly aggressive. So it's not overly exciting to watch all the time. Have a great day, Ishmael, man. Come on now, bro. You feel me? I appreciate you, brother. Sending some love. And then Andy Cruz, Dog Walk Moran. That was a good show. Andy Cruz is pretty aggressive for a Cuban fighter as well. I like to see him moving forward. Anyways, that's it. That's all my boxing results for the day. Okay. And outside of that, let me share some weather real quick. Let's see. Let's see. 10-day weather in Chicago right quick. Let's see. Where we at? Okay. All right. So, in Chicago, what's our weather in Chicago? Why are these ads popping up? Oh, man, did I just mess that up? Can y'all see me there? Yeah, good. Don't worry. I got it. So it's 72 today in Chicago. Great day for tea, for some hot tea. Probably a little chilly. What all this garbage is. Probably a little chilly in Chicago. Y'all might as well bundle up. Beach hazard statement. What does that even mean? Beach hazard statement. Avoid the subject issued by National Weather Service. Beach hazard statement now in effect Wednesday afternoon. What? High wave action and dangerous currents expected at Lake Michigan beaches. Waves 7 to 10 feet expected for taller than a person. Where northern and central Cook counties went through Wednesday afternoon. Impact swimming conditions will be life-threatening. I didn't read none of that. I didn't hear none of that on the news today, especially for inexperienced swimmers. For information on swim advisories or bans at Chicago beaches, www.cpdbeaches.com. I got this from the Weather Channel, weather.com, by the way. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be tough in the city as far as weather, but I guess it normalizes throughout the week. Thursday is 81, partly cloudy. Don't worry about my weather. Let me do my thing, y'all. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. You know, Frankie got a weather thing. Frankie got a weather thing. Frankie got a weather thing. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny tomorrow. 77 is not going to be over, so it's going to be like kind of tricky. You know, the sun going to be out, but it's going to be kind of cool throughout the day. So I'll bring a jacket, sweater, hoodie accordingly. Maybe I'll zip up easy. 81 degrees, but partly cloudy. It's kind of the same thing. So kind of colder on Wednesday, but kind of sunny. Kind of warmer on Thursday, but it's going to be cloudy. So it's going to cool down, I think, the temperature as well. Looks like we're moving out of summer a little bit. Everything in the 80s, nothing in the 90s coming up in the next couple weeks. You know, and then low 80s for the most part. Nothing too crazy. So just accordingly, my people, I hope everybody all right. You can go ahead and kill that. And with that said, I just want to spend a little time today and pop on and try to be consistent with what I'm doing and trying to be intentional with what I'm doing and keep it going like that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and try to break down some clips and see if I can get some more marketing going and get some stuff done. And until then, you know, peace. I'll see y'all soon, God willing, at the appointed time. Y'all enjoy your day, and one day this is going to be more organized and it'll make more sense. So I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all. Peace.